named clocks. Since you guys wouldn't be familiar with it because in the previous year when I was taking class for you, this has not been included in your syllabus, so I haven't taken class for you on this. Okay, and it has been included recently. So I just thought that you guys should not miss out the topic clocks. So what I thought is like to take that particular class today because we do not know when the classes of placement training will stop. So placement training will get stopped. So before that, I just want to complete all the topics so that it will be helpful for you. So what I thought is like to take clocks in today's class. Okay, and also the particular topic clock is involved various kind of angles, degrees, formulas while solving the problems. So it would be a better understanding if we have an in-person class like offline classes. Since we are there only with online classes, presenting a slide and teaching you the formulas and explaining you the angles and degrees wouldn't be much like pleasing, and it would be not be helpful for you too for understanding. So what I thought is like to provide you a video lecture on the same topic clocks, so that you will be able to understand the concept clocks better along with the formulas, and the video lecture will also be helpful in solving the problems in clocks also. So you guys please pay attention to the video lecture. It will run around for 30 to 40 minutes. So you pay attention to that lecture, and you at the end you just let me know whether you're able to understand it or not. Okay, so right now I'll be presenting the video lecture. Once the lecture has been played, okay, any one of you please text me in the chat box whether the screen is visible and the audio is audible to you or not, because while I was presenting the same to the other departments, some of them may not been able to get the audios. So that's why I'm asking you, like any one of you, like just message in the chat box whether everything is okay, whether the screen is visible as well as you're able to hear the sound. Okay, so I'll just start the lecture now. Listen to it, and one of you please message in the chat box. Okay, I will not be asking you, so do it.
Actually leave out questions on clocks in examination. This will tell you various ways to solve these questions, and I'll give you a few tricks and tips to easily guess the answers. So let's get going. So the first question is, what is a clock? I'm sure everybody knows. It's an instrument to indicate two, three, four, and this one 5. So I have 5 parts within 12 and 1, and similarly there are 12 such parts. So 5 into 12 makes it 60 equal parts, which are also called the minute spaces. So every minute, the minute hand, which is this hand, no sorry, this is the second hand, minute hand, which is this hand, will move from this to the next space. So every minute, the minute hands move by one space, including 12 equal parts, which are called the hour spaces, like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are called the hour spaces. So the hour hand and the minute hand, we are not really concerned with the seconds hand in the clocks questions. So this hand is actually out of picture. We'll just have a short hand, which is the hour hand, and a longer hand, which is the minute hand. Now, this slide is slightly important. If you look at the minute hand here, this minute hand moves 360 degrees in 60 minutes, because every hour the minute hands completes one complete round, so it covers 360 degrees in 60 minutes. Okay, so in 1 minute the minute hand moves how much? 360 divided by 6, or 6 degrees a minute. In 1 hour it moves 360 degrees. Similarly, the hour hand, the shorter hand, completes 360 degrees in 12 hours. This is something which we all know. So in 1 hour it covers how much? 360 divided by 12, or just 30 degrees, which is what I've mentioned here. So in 1 hour the minute hand covers 360 degrees, whereas the hour hand covers 30 degrees. In 1 minute the minute hand covers 6 degrees and the hour hand covers just half degree. How did this half come up?
പുതിയ കോർണറ്റോ ചോക്കീസുമോ കോർണറ്റോവിൻ നീർപ്പുറത്തിൽ ചോക്ലേറ്റിൻ സോഫ്റ്റ് കേസ് शरारते है मस्तियाँ निगाहों में കോർണറ്റോ ചോക്കീസുമോ
मैथ्यू सर लंदन में यस सर छुट्टी है ना इट्स अ फेवरेट सिटी ये तो यार सेटल होना चाहती है ना ये मैथ्यू ऑफिस के साथ अपग्रेड का कोई ऑनलाइन एमबीए कर रहा है इसका कुछ हुआ नहीं ना तो इतना सामान सेटल हो रहा है यहाँ पे
यस सर अपग्रेड के एमबीए की वजह से अपनी कंपनी ने मुझे लंदन में पोस्टिंग दी है
नहीं कंपनी
Fast forward your career with online MBAs from Upgrad. Top universities, flexible learning hours, top placements. Upgrad.com.
We calculated 30 degrees an hour. So an hour has how many minutes? 60 minutes. So in other words, the hour hand covers 30 degrees in 60 minutes. So 30 degrees by 60 is the angle covered per minute. So this gives me half a degree per minute. So what is the relative speed here? The relative speed per minute is the minute hand moves by 6 degrees in the clockwise direction, obviously, and the hour hand also moves in the clockwise direction, the same direction. So the relative speed is 6 minus half, and this is obviously degrees per minute, which gives me 11 by 2 degrees per minute. In case you have problem understanding what is relative speed, you need to take up the lecture on time, speed and distance in the quantitative ability part. Let's move to the next slide. So the takeaways from this slide is in 1 minute by 2 degrees per minute. So let's move to the second concept here. The first concept was understanding the structure. Now that we've understood the structure, we put it into solving questions. So the second concept is finding the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand. For example, calculate the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand when the clock reads 10:10. Now suppose the minute hand is here exactly at 10. Okay, so as we've done in the previous slide, that per this is 6 degrees per minute. So this minute and minute cancels out, or it gives me 120 degrees. But this is not the answer. As you see here, D option is 120, but this is just to confuse you. Why is this incorrect? Because in this 10 minutes or in this 20 minutes where the minute hand has moved, the hour hand has also moved. Let me draw another clock here. When the clock struck 10, the hour hand was exactly at 10 and the minute hand was exactly at 12. But when the minute hand moves to here to 10 minutes or points towards 2, the hour hand will also slightly move away from 10. So the angle would be not 120 degrees but something less than 120 degrees. Now it can be 110, it can be 100 or 115. We'll find out here. So as we did in the previous slide again, the hour hand moves by half a degree per minute, right? So in 10 minutes, when the minute hand moves from 12 to 2, how much will the hour hand move? It will move by half degrees into 10, which is 5 degrees. So the minute hand covers 120 degrees and the hour hand covers 5 degrees, and both of them are covered in the same direction. So going by the relative formula, relative speed or relative distance, I have the answer as 120 degrees minus 5 degrees, which is 115 degrees. Now this is the concept between, on how to find using this distance covered. But there's a very easy formula which I'll discuss in the next slide, in which you'll get this 115 degrees answer straight away. So if you're finding difficult to comprehend on how to solving questions like this, like assuming the minute hand here and then finding out how much the hour hand moves, just pay attention on the next slide and just memorize that formula. So the formula says that theta, the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand, is given by this 11 by 2 into m minus 30h, and within this absolute sign. So theta is the angle between the two hand, m is the minutes, and h is the hours. So here I have the time as 10:10 as in the previous question. So what is the minutes here? It is 10. So my answer would be something like 11 by 2 into 10 minus 30 multiplied by how many hours? In the 25 minus 45, and the minute hand, you are always supposed to give the answer which is less than 180 degrees. So the right answer in this case would be 360 minus 245, which is nothing but 115 degrees. So this formula here always will work, and it's a very easy formula, so memorize this. Take note of this formula. And this concept too of the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand would be, you'll be able to calculate this in seconds. Let's move on. So a note here, when the two hands are coinciding or overlapping, it means that theta is equal to 0. So you can put this theta equal to 0, and let's say you're given on how many minutes between 11 and 12 does the angle becomes does the both hands coincide. So you can put theta equal to 0, hour hand the hour equal to 11, because you've asked between 11 and 12, and then you'll get the minutes answer. After how many minutes do these hands coincide? When the two hands are at right angles or perpendicular, it means theta is 90 degrees. When the two hands are in opposite direction, it means theta is 180 degrees. So in this formula, basically you have just three things. You have theta, you have the minute, and you have the hours. So any two of them given to you, you can easily find out the third thing. But keep in mind this absolute sign. So whenever you remove the absolute sign, you will have a plus minus here. Okay. So if you have to find out, like let's say after how many minutes past 3 will the angle be absolute sign 11 into m, you have to find out m minus 30 into 3. So when you remove this absolute sign, you will have here plus minus 90 degrees is equal to 11 by 2m minus 90. We'll do these kind of questions further in the slides, but just to give you an idea here, this is how you're going to solve. So you'll have one equation with plus 90 and another equation with minus 90, and we get two values for minutes. If both the values come out to be positive or below 60, then it's good, because 60 minutes you cannot exceed 60 minutes. Otherwise, you'll just have one single answer. Let's check the next slide. Yeah. So we move on to the concept number 3 here. The number of times an angle is made. Now this is very important and generally straight away asked in examinations. So what does this mean? That theta would be 0 degrees or 180 degrees how many times in 12 hours? Or theta would be between 0 and 180 degrees how many times in 12 hours? So I told you the angle will always be less than 180 degrees. We do not consider reflex angles. Therefore, I am considering only till 180. Now, how did this 11 figure come up? I'll tell you. So, let's take the case of 0 degrees. 180 degree would be the same. So, the first time the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand is 0 degrees is at 12. So, let's assume at 12 a.m. we are starting the clock and the angle is 0 degrees. Now, after how many minutes will this angle again be 0 degrees? If you see, the minute hand moves faster than the hour hand. So this is the minute hand and this is the hour hand. So as it moves faster, the minute hand has to cover an entire 360 degrees more than the hour hand to actually coincide with it. So what is the distance which the minute hand has to cover? It is 360 degrees. What is the relative speed as we discussed before? It is 11 by 2 degrees per minute. So how much time will it take for the minute hand to catch up the hour hand once the angle is 0 to make an angle 0 again? So we can simply apply the formula time is equal to distance by speed. The distance is 360 degrees, and what is the speed? It's 11 by 2. So I have 11 into 2. This gives me 720 by 11 minutes, or in other words, this is 65 5 by 11 minutes. So after every 65 5 by 11 minutes, the hour hand and the minute hand will coincide. So the first time they coincide is at 12 a.m. Then they will coincide at like 1:05 and something, because 65 minutes means 60 minutes plus 5 minutes. So at 1:05, then they'll coincide at 2:10, and similarly at 3:15. Mind you, this is something greater than 1:05, something greater than 2:10, something greater than 3:15, because I don't have exact 65 minutes. I have 65 5 by 11 minutes. And if you keep on counting, it will go on till 12 p.m. 12 p.m. in the noon. So for 12 hours, they will, if you count the number of times, these times, they come out to be 11 and not 12. Why 11? Because they'll meet at 10:55 and then straight at 12. So there is no time between 11 and 12 then the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand is 0. So that is why you have 11 times. Or you can just make a note in your copy 1, 5, 2, 10 and you can count on the times, you'll get 11 times. So if in 12 hours they coincide 11 times in 24 hours, just 11 multiplied by 2, 22 times. So now let's take any angle between 0 degrees and 180 degrees and count the number of times. Let's take an angle 10 degrees. Okay, so between 12 and 1, when will the angle be 10 degrees? So I put 10 degrees is equal to 11 by 2m minus 3h. Since I'm finding between 12 and 1, this h would be 0. So 12 in this formula is represented as 0 and not as 12. Remember this. So I have plus minus 10 is equal to 11 by 2m. So m is either equal to 20 by 11 or minus 20 by 11. This is ruled out because time cannot be negative. So m is 20 by 11 past 12. Similarly, you can calculate for 2, between 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and so on, and you'll get that 10 degrees occurs 11 times in 12 hours. But why have I written 22 here? The reason is, what is the supplement of 10 degrees? It is 360 minus 10, which is 350. Now when you calculate for 350 degrees, this angle will also come up 11 times in 12 hours. But as I've mentioned before, that we don't mention angles greater than 180 degrees for the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand. So 350 degrees is actually represented by 10 degrees, because if one angle is 350, obviously the other side has 10 degrees. That is why the 10 degree here takes 11 of its own and 11 of the 350 degrees, and I have 11 plus 11, 22 times here. So for 22 hours it doubles. 22 into 2, 44. So now you remember this matrix here, because you may ask direct questions. For example, they'll give you the angle as 0 degrees. How many times do the hands of a clock coincide in 12 hours? Simply mark 11. Or in 24 hours, 22. Or if they give you an angle of how many times will 63.5 degrees be formed in a span of 22 hours between the hour hand and the minute hand. So straight away mark 44. Let's move on. The conclusion here, the two hands of a clock will coincide the first time after 65 by 11 minutes, that is at 1:05 approximately, then at 2:10, then at 3:15, then at 4:20, 5. Each angle between 0 and 180 is formed 22 times in 12 hours, whereas 0 and 180 are formed only 11 times each. Okay. So let's get to the next slide. Another thing to note, as I've already proved, that the two hands of a clock coincide or overlap after 65 by 11 minutes. The angle considered between the two hands is always the smaller one, that is the one which is in between 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Let's move to the fourth concept, which is the concept of mirror image. Now, mirror image is like, for example, if I have 11:10 striking at the clock and I put a mirror here, what time will be shown here? To find the mirror image of any given time, subtract the value from 1160, that is given time plus mirror image time is always equal to 1160. Now why so? See, this clock, I've shown the mirror image here, this 2 is here and this 2 is here, so it's a mirror image. But in the actual clock, I had 10 here. See this 10 is here in the actual clock. So if you add 10 plus 2, this gives you 12 hours. Similarly, you can count on any of these figures. I have 7 plus 5, this is again 12. I have 9 plus 3, this is again 12 hours. So 12 hours is nothing but 11 hours and 60 minutes. That is where this figure has come up from. We'll take an example so that it is more clear. Find the mirror image of 3:20 on a wall clock. So I have the given time, which is 3:20. I have to find the mirror image time. The MIT, I'll write it as mirror image time. This is equal to 11 hours and 60 minutes. So the mirror image time comes out to be 60 minus 20 is 40. So I have 40 minutes here, and 11 minus 3 is 8. So the mirror image time is 8:40. Similarly, find the mirror image time for 11:10 on a wall clock. So I have 11:10 plus the mirror image time is equal to 11:60. So it's pretty mechanical now. So I have mirror image time is equal to 11:60 minus 11:10, and this comes out to be 0:50. So what do you mean by 0:50? This is actually nothing but 12:50. This is the answer. 0 is replaced by 12. I hope you are clear with this. Let's move to the next concept, which is on gain or loss of time. If a clock is correct, then the hands of the clock will coincide every 65 5/11 minutes. This we've already proved in the previous slides. If the hands of the clock coincide in less than 65 5/11 minutes, then it means that the clock gains time. It means that the clock is fast. Instead of taking 65 minutes, it is taking, let's say, just 63 minutes. So it's very quick. And if the hands of a clock coincide in more than 65 5/11 minutes, then the clock loses time. It means that it is a slow clock. If a watch indicates 9:20 when the correct time is 9:10, it is said to be 10 minutes too fast. If a watch indicates 9 when the correct time actually is 9:10, it is said to be 10 minutes too slow. This is just to tell you a terminology so that you come to know what do you mean when you say a clock is too fast or a clock is too slow, or you're given something like the hands of a clock coincide in 63 minutes. So is it too fast or is it too slow? We'll do a couple of questions on this when we do the practice questions. So let's move on to the sample questions. We've discussed 5 concepts. If you need to take time to revise these concepts, go back to the slides, just register them, note them in your copy so that you find it easier to solve these sample questions. At what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of the clock be together? So I'll solve this using both the methods. The first method we talked about was using the formula of speed, distance and time. So when the clock strikes 3 o'clock, as in here, the angle is 90 degrees and we want them to coincide. It means that the minute hand here has to cover this 90 degrees to meet this hour hand. So what is my distance here? Distance to be covered by the minute hand is 90 degrees. What is the relative speed? The minute hand is lagging the hour hand and the relative speed is 11/2 degrees per minute. So what would be the time? It would be distance by the relative speed, which is nothing but 90 degrees divided by 11 into 2, or 180 degrees. 11/2 is degrees per minute. So this degrees and degrees will cancel out here. So it would be 180 by 11 minutes. Okay, so you can solve this. This will come out to be
Hello. Welcome to the postgraduate program in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning offered by the University.
this comes out to be 16 4 by 11 minutes past 3. This is the first option. So this was the first method of solving. The second method is simply by using the formula. I have theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. What is the theta that I want? I want it to be 0 degrees. 0 is equal to 11 by 2. I want to find out the minutes after how many hours? After 3 hours. So I have 30 into 3 here. So this gives me plus minus 0, which is actually 0, is equal to 11 by 2m minus 90, or 90 into 2 by 11 is equal to m, which is nothing but 180 by 11, which we already got here. So the answer remains same, 16 4 by 11 minutes. So any which ways which you find comfortable with, you can solve the question using that. It's better if you remember this formula because you don't have to apply your mind, and it's always easier to save your mind while solving an examination. Let's move on to the next question. At what time between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock will the hands of the clock be perpendicular to each other? Now in this case, the first method we discussed, the distance is equal to speed into time, would be a little difficult, but you can try for clarity on concept. But here I'll solve using the formula straight away. So theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. I want to find out the minutes. So theta is how much? It's 90 degrees, is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. I always take the smaller number. So I have 30 into 4. So I will have plus minus 90 is equal to 11 by 2m minus 120. So I'll remove this and put brackets here because I have already used plus minus sign here. So two equations, 90 plus 120 is equal to 11 by 2m. This gives me 210 into 2 by 11 is equal to m, which is nothing but 420 by 11. And similarly, if I use minus 90 here, so minus 90 plus 120 is equal to 11 by 2m. This gives me 30 into 2 by 11 is equal to m, or 60 by 11 is equal to m. So this gives me 5 by 11 minutes, this part, and when you solve this part, you will get somewhere around 38 2 by 11. So what is my answer option here? The answer option is both A and B. Pretty easy. So let's move to the next question. At what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of the clock point in opposite directions? Opposite direction means theta is how much? 180 degrees. So I have 180 is equal to 11 by 2 into m minus the smaller number here is 3 o'clock minus 30 into 3. So removing the absolute sign, I have plus minus 180 degrees is equal to 11 by 2m minus 90. 270 is equal to 11 by 2m. This is one answer, and minus 180 plus 90 is equal to 11 by 2m is the other answer. This gives me minus 90 is equal to 11 by 2m. Clearly m will come out to be a negative quantity here because it's negative sign, so this is not possible. So the hands of the clock will point in the opposite direction only once between 3 and 4 o'clock, and that is why, if you remember, for 180 degrees we just had 11 times between 12 hours, whereas for all other angles we had 22 times. That is why, because of this 11 times, I will have just 1 minute time here, whereas in the previous question, if you remember, when we had to find out 90 degrees, I had 2 answers. So this points out the difference. 11 and 22. This 22 is when theta is anywhere between 180 and 0. So 90 is in between both of them. So it had 2 answers. But 180 occurs only 11 times in 12 hours. So it will have only 1 answer. So let's find that out. This gives me 540 by 11 is equal to m. So when you solve this out, you will have something like 449 1 by 11 minutes past 3 o'clock. So this is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. At 7:20, what will be the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand? So I have to find out theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. I have plus, no, let's not remove the absolute sign right away. I have 11 by 2 into 20 minus 30 into 7. So this gives me 110 minus 210 absolute sign. This gives me minus 100 the absolute sign, or 100 degrees. So what is my answer? It's simple, 100 degrees. So this formula is very important and very essential. Let's move on to the next question. The minute hand of a clock overtakes the hour hand in 66 minutes in comparison to the usual time. How much in a day does the clock gain or lose? Now, as we know that a correct clock takes 65 5 by 11 minutes to coincide, which is nothing but 720 by 11 minutes. But this clock is taking 66 minutes, so it is a slow clock. So it loses time, it does not gain time. So how much time does it lose? It loses 66 minus 720 by 11. This will give you 726 minus 720 by 11. So it loses 6 by 11 minutes every 66 minutes on this faulty clock. It loses this much of time. How much in a day does this clock gain or lose? So first thing is, it definitely loses. It loses in 66 minutes. It loses 6 by 11 minutes. So in 1 minute it loses 6 by 11 multiplied by 1 by 66, and in 24 hours it will lose how much? 6 by 11 into 1 by 66 into 24 into 60. Because this 24 hours, I'm converting it into minutes by multiplying by this 60. So this 6 and this goes 11. When you solve this, you'll get the answer as 11,109 by 121 minutes. This will reduce to 1440 by 121. So this is the answer. Minutes when you solve it. I hope this is clear. Now the basic funda we used here was, I knew that a correct clock takes 65 5 by 11 minutes. If you don't know this fact, then you're stuck at this question. So remember this. Let's move to the next question.
Yes, so I hope you guys should have understood the basics of the clocks along with the simple questions. So here I'll just take attendance for you guys. Now, like already 10:35, so I need to take attendance. Just a minute. Adilakshmi. Adilakshmi. Aati.
Adilakshmi has mic issues, ma'am.
Okay. Aati. Abhinav. Abhinav.
Present.
Abhisheka.
Present, ma'am.
Adikeshav.
Present, ma'am.
Akshaya. Akshaya. Ushashri. Ushashri. Anthony Roshik. Aravindan.
Present, ma'am.
Archana M.
Present, ma'am.
Archana C.
Present, ma'am.
Arun Kumar.
I'm Anthony Lucy, present, ma'am.
Okay. Aravind.
Present, ma'am.
Vamsi Krishna Reddy. Benny Priya. Bolu Gita. Charmati.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Arun. Arun. Chandru.
Yes, ma'am.
Dhanush A.
Present, ma'am.
Dhanush U. Dhanush U. Divya. Divya. Dinesh.
Present, ma'am.
Divya, present, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Dhanush, you present, ma'am.
Okay. Godson.
Dhanush, you.
Yes. Gokula Krishnan.
Present, ma'am.
Gautam Raj.
Present, ma'am.
Gurasegaran.
Present, ma'am.
Hariharan. N. Hariharan. S. Hariharan. Ashavardhan.
Present, ma'am.
Indra. Okay. Janvi.
Yes, ma'am.
Surya.
Present, ma'am.
Jeevan.
Yes, ma'am.
Jivita, Jitendran,
Present, ma'am.
Uday Kiran, Kanimuri, Karan,
Ma'am, Kanimoli present, ma'am.
okay, Karan, Kavita,
Present, ma'am.
Keetana,
Present, ma'am.
Prabhakaran,
Present, ma'am.
Logavarshini,
Present, ma'am.
Logeshwaran,
Present, ma'am.
Madan Raj, Madhumita,
Present, ma'am.
Maurice, Mohana Ganapati, Monica,
Present, ma'am.
Teja Babu,
Present, ma'am.
Najneen Banu,
Present, ma'am.
Nikesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Ritik Roshan,
Yes, ma'am.
Niveta,
Present, ma'am.
Sai Teja, Amudini,
Present, ma'am.
Annamalai, Deeksha,
Present, ma'am.
Harish, Jairam.
Vamsi Krishna, present, ma'am.
Ma'am. Ma'am, some students enter their attendance in the chat box, ma'am.
Yeah.